Let's get to the end of the slides, please. Mandirs must be a center of knowledge. I've heard this said up before. Next. An institution of learning. It is a place where you can get knowledge, but you must have the facility to disseminate the knowledge, then others can learn. Next. It is this cradle of spiritual journey. Our child goes there when a child is a certain age. We take the child to the mandir, that's the baptism of the child, and says, here's where your spiritual journey starts. And it doesn't end by one visit. It continues by regular visitation and the inculcation of the knowledge. Next, please. The support infrastructure for the aspirant. If I want to be, like this young man who went and studied, he, very fortunate, blessed, Puram Janam Ka Karam, whatever it is, but give him a big hand, please. How many of us who have that desire have gone to the place where we find that everything is there to help us to get there? We have the aspiration, but we have no infrastructure to support our desire to fulfill that aspiration. Next, please. A rendezvous for youths and seniors. You know what I call it? A rendezvous. Very romantic, isn't it? It must be a place that our young people must want to go. They make a romance out of it because we need them to do that too, don't we? Because they're finding romances in the wrong places. Next. A place that instills confidence and reassurance to parents. Let me pause. Take a deep breath. Parents. Challenged by the insecurities and promiscuousness of the current society. Do I need to spell that out for anybody? No. Everybody understand? Nod your head, please. Yes. Now, is our mandir a place that instills the confidence in the parents when they are caught up in these challenges? Who do they talk to in the mandir about these problems? None. Thank you. Well, next please. Pandits and Purohits, I am one, must have a formal orientation program. Communication skills are poor. They are to the point of non-existent. Knowing to chant the mantra doesn't mean you're going to influence someone's ability to become a Hindu. Being able to convince them of the value of the mantra in a language that they do understand is what will accomplish that. The Maharishi Institute of Training Pandits may be the answer. Next. The role of the executives and Pandits in this new, and this is it for people, about us. Think of service and then the self. Think of your role that you are a service provider, and then think of yourself. Do you know where the term civil servants came from? Anybody here working for the government? You're a civil servant. You're a servant for the civilians. The term servant, we who are in the mandirs are servants for the people, not executives. We need to change that thinking. Next. Think outside of the box. We've been doing it the same way. If you do it the same way, you get the same results. You want better, different results, you've got to change the way you do it. Next. People are the priority, not money. People are the priority. And you know what? The psychology tells us if you have the people, you have the money. Next. Take great pride in the service you provide. All of us go out and eat in the fancy restaurants, whether Indian or otherwise. When we go to a place regularly, we go there for one of two reasons. What's the first one? If you're going for food, you like the food? What about if the service is terrible but the food is good? What happens? I'm not going there anymore. The food is good but I can't stand that. Whatever. Take pride in the service that you provide. How much programming and training has been done in providing what we call customer service in our great institutions that have over 5,000 to 10,000 people passing through in a month? See the mandir as a massive resource. Next. Envision your mandir as a 15/7 institution that is 15 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's what it requires. Yes. I was supposed to be the inaugural speaker, but I'm the closing speaker. So I deserve one more minute. Okay? Because there's nobody after me, right? Do I get that? Thank you. Administration must be of consistent and professional level. Consistent and professional level. Most of our organizations change their executives, what is it, annually? 1 year, 2 years? Just imagine if the American government was having a term of every 1 year, what the economy would be like, and it's not great right now, by the way. But we need to look at that, okay? There must be consistency. Thank you. Next. Pundits must be part of the planning and decision making. Today, pundits are just hired employees, they're Joes. They're brought in for a term, they pay a salary, and says go home after you finish. There must be an integral part of the Mandir makeup. They must be given the proper guidance to be that. Because they are not prepared for that, they weren't trained for that. But if we are going to bring them in this country, then we need to orient them that they can work in that environment and make them a better contributor than they are today. Next. Last but not least, hygiene must be a priority. I want all of the executives to go back and check their budget. What is the budget number for cleaning in the mandirs? Oh, we have lots of volunteers. But I'll tell you, if our toilet bowls are not clean, I don't want to talk to a volunteer. I want to talk to a paid employee about why it's not clean and what I want it to look like. And that is why we pay 2 full-time staffs to clean it 2 times a day to make sure that when our young people come to the mandir and they go to the washroom, they go home and tell mommy, I'm not going back there anymore, that place stinks. Silence tells me something. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you. Namaskar.